Have you ever watched a motovlog where the audio setup was great and the video quality was good too? By that I mean you could just hear the motovlogger and a bit of the motorcycle, and you could see enough of the motorcycle, enough of the road, and a bit of the sky ahead of them. And if you've tried this out and have not been able to achieve the same results, today I'm going to share what I do on my motovlogs to be able to get my desired results out of it. I'm Augie F. Welcome to the channel. So let's get right into it. What you should have is a helmet and an action camera. Little obvious. What you will need are a J mount, a GoPro mic adapter, a lapel mic. We need a specific type of 3.5mm connector, a GoPro skeleton case, a microphone windscreen, and finally some blue tack. Now if you've got an action camera apart from GoPro's Hero 5, 6, 7, and for that matter even the 8, then you don't need to worry about this next step. But if you do have one of those cameras, then what you need is an external microphone adapter to be able to plug in an external microphone into it. Now I've seen quite a few people stick this microphone adapter to the side of their helmet using 3M tape or Velcro, and while that would work, I think it to some extent would create an imbalance in the weight on your head, meaning your helmet might tilt a little bit to that side. The cleanest way I found to set up that microphone adapter with your GoPro is to use this skeleton case from Ulanzi. This case has a slot that's specifically built to accommodate a GoPro mic adapter. It also doesn't allow it to move around once inside, so there isn't a chance of it falling off. The downside to the case is that it makes the setup a bit taller than the normal setup. And if you mount the camera like you usually do, it may end up obstructing your view of the road and get you into some trouble. Now this is great if you're a chapri, but if you're a regular sensible rider, then using a J mount and mounting your camera upside down would help avoid this problem. What I would recommend also is that you change the orientation of your footage from the action camera itself. On the Hero 7, going over to Preferences, Touch Display, Landscape Lock, and down would help sort this out. What this will ensure is that your footage is recorded right side up, so when you do eventually review your footage or when you go into editing your footage, you don't have to turn your camera upside down or turn the footage upside down. Makes your life a lot easier. Now I know what you're thinking. How do I make sure that I don't end up with footage of the sky or the motorcycle tank now that the angle of the camera has been changed? What I usually do is make a calculated guess of what angle would be suitable based on the kind of motorcycle I'll be riding. For example, when I was at the launch of the RR310 at MMRT earlier this year, I knew that I'd be in a crouched or tucked in position for most of my time riding over there. And because of that, I knew that I had to angle my camera slightly upwards so that I'd gain more view of the racetrack and the sky and a bit of the motorcycle too, along with that. When I was riding the KTM Adventure 390 earlier this year, because of the seating position being upright, I knew that I didn't have to angle my camera upwards or downwards, because that meant that my camera could look straight and I could gain pretty much the exact view that I wanted to record from. Either way, what I usually do is once I find the perfect angle, I put some kind of mark across the J mount so it's easy to set up the same angle again. If you learned something new today, give the video a like. Now that we've got the camera angle set up, it's time to focus on the audio. Now if you've got the microphone adapter for the Hero 5, 6 or 7, it's very important that you get a lapel mic which has a 3.5mm jack with a TRS connector and not a TRRS connector. Otherwise you'll have to end up spending another 1000 rupees to be able to make the whole system compatible. Don't ask me how I know, well, we'll find out in a few seconds. I had ordered a lapel mic with a 3.5mm TRS connector from Amazon. Unfortunately, what they delivered one day before my ride to Goa on the Adventure 390 was a lapel mic with a 3.5mm jack but a TRRS connector. What I needed to do to make that lapel mic work with the GoPro Hero 7 was to go out and get a Rode TRRS to TRS connector. Here's how you can spot the difference between the two connectors. So I've now got a microphone adapter that goes into a microphone adapter. Now considering that the wires for these lapel mics which you get off Amazon and eBay are really long, what I do is I tuck the wires at the bottom of the neck roll between the liner and the helmet. The most critical part of getting the audio right though is the placement of the microphone. Now it's not rocket science, but you need to make sure that you place the microphone inside your helmet at a point where there's not a lot of wind blowing towards it. That means that you can't place it near the vents on the chin bar. It's also not advisable to place the microphone directly in front of your mouth or your nose, because you could end up blowing some wind onto the microphone through your nose when you're breathing and when you're speaking through your mouth also. In my experience, the best place to place the microphone inside your helmet is just behind the breath deflector. This ensures that the microphone is placed just a bit above your nose, so breathing sounds won't be picked up by the microphone, and it also protects your microphone from the wind which is coming at your helmet at higher speeds, even if you do decide to pop the visor open. Now, do you remember the blue tack we spoke about earlier? You can wrap a small amount of that around the lapel mic and stick it to the inside of the breath deflector. The reason I'm suggesting blue tack is because it sticks well, it's easily removable, and if it does leave any residue when you remove it, you can just dab a bit of it on the residue to remove it. What you could also do is stick a bit of Velcro on the inside of your helmet at the breath deflector or the chin bar, and wrap the other half of the Velcro around the microphone using a rubber band to secure it. Finally, to dial out the wind noise, I'd recommend using one of these. A microphone windscreen shields the mic from any last bit of wind that is directed towards it and gives you crisp and clear audio even at higher speeds. I'll put an Amazon link in the description of this video so you can check out the one I'm using, but be advised that they won't be delivering this anytime soon for obvious reasons. I've also put together a video on how to easily mount your action camera for motovlogging. It's got 82,000 views so far, so I guess a lot of people found it useful, and I'm sure that you'd find it useful as well if you needed that kind of help. And that's pretty much it. You should now have the ability to record a video which captures exactly what you want to capture and audio that's crisp and clear. If you've got any questions still though, ask them in the comments section. I read and respond to every single comment that I receive, well, every sensible comment at least. As always guys, at least wear your helmets while riding your motorcycles and stay safe. It's a freaking jungle out there. Goodbye.
Net boss with a great bag. Came up, you can't hate that. Self-made, you can't take that. Yeah, self-made, you can't make that. Some said I need a record deal, I need a co-sign, I need a Dre track. But all the time I had a mean flow, I had a cold grind, and that's a great match. Payback, codes and I make racks. And my pockets gon' stay fat, cause I murk beats and I slay.